Well, good morning, everyone. Happy to see you. Happy Thursday. Don Cramer with the Cramer Group at Urban Nest Realty. Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. It is time for another episode of Coffee with Cramer and Colleen. Again, I'm Don Cramer with the Cramer Group at Urban Nest Realty. My partner, Colleen Schaefer, sends her best today. She's out and about doing the real estate thing. I'm catching up with her a little later today. Like I said, it's continuing to be a busy time in real estate, but we're here, as I like to kind of call it sometimes, the espresso edition of Coffee with Cramer and Colleen. And why is it? Why do we call it that? Well, we don't have a. We've got a little tidbit here we want to touch base on, and kind of keep it short and sweet because we feel that this is important to discuss today rather than wait to our normal news show on Monday. But this was for a press release with regards to some updates on foreclosure and eviction moratoriums from the FHFA. Now, for those that do not know what the FHFA is, that is the Federal Housing Finance Agency. And they had extended the foreclosure and REO eviction moratoriums. They've done that a couple of times, and this moratorium was scheduled to be lifted at the end of August 31st, 2020. Now, who is the FHFA? So again, that's part of Housing and Urban Development. And then the extension of that are what are called the GSEs, which are known commonly as Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae. So those are the big groups that buy and service and back a lot of the mortgages here in the United States. So Fannie and Freddie, which is basically what we're wrapping up into, will extend the moratorium on single-family foreclosures and REO evictions from August 31st, 2020 to now December 31st, 2020. So what does that mean now? And also, what does that not mean? So first off, what that means is if your house was already going through an REO foreclosure, that would have been probably prior to the COVID-19 restrictions, all the moratoriums going in place, things of that nature. So we're almost kind of pushing back in the state of Nevada back to March, before forbearance. So if your house was was foreclosed upon and going to be evicted, so that's been held off now. Was going to be held off to August 31. Now that's going to be now deferred to December 31, 2020. And again, those only apply to Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae mortgages, and as well as some of the other, and a couple other select ones, but pretty much those cover the biggies. So again, it's Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, extending those on the eviction side. And then also, too, on the foreclosure side, those foreclosures will not commence for process until December 31st, 2020. So if you are in that situation prior to COVID, originally, again, this was going to lift here in the next few days. Now we're looking at the end of 2020. Now this is separate, first off, from forbearance, and that's a whole different program and process that a lot of banks, both local banks, national banks, and also loans that are supported or conforming with regards to Fannie and Freddie are akin to. Now, if your loan is not a part of Fannie and Freddie, and that's most likely a non-conforming loan that is held by a banking institution, it could be a local bank, could be a national bank and such, get with your loan people and the people servicing that loan to see if you are in a situation from evictions or foreclosure, what does that timetable still look like? So just because this is being applied to Fannie and Freddie Mac mortgages, It does not necessarily apply to non-conforming mortgages or other mortgages that fall outside of the purview of Fannie and Freddie. So that's one. Number two, what it's not is from a rental standpoint, and we're keeping this with the state of Nevada, is right now that those timetables still look to be in effect based on the governor's directives. And if you haven't seen that, we've done some previous posts. We encourage you to go to NevadaHealthResponse.org, or I believe it's .org. we'll double check here real quick, and that will give information and directives on what's going on with regards to local rental evictions, things of that nature. So lots of moving parts, and let's see, in that NV Health Response website here, that is nvhealthresponse.nv.gov. So we've got a couple of NVs, so it's not .org. My apologies, it's a government site. So NV Health Response, all one word, .nv for Nevada, .gov. nvhealthresponse.nv.gov. Again, if you go there to the site, I go there a couple times a week just to kind of catch up on the latest and greatest. There is a news and resources section there. Highly encourage you to go there because there's all the different press releases, and they talk about the different changes vis-a-vis the governor's office and different directives that are coming out of there. So as it stands right now, again, let's recap. So if you were in an FHFA mortgage, which is a Fannie or Freddie backed mortgage, and you were already going through the eviction process prior to COVID-19 hitting, that looks to now be deferred to December 31st. Again, also too, if you were in a Freddie or Fannie backed mortgage and you're not in forbearance and you are going to be foreclosed upon through that process, that is being now deferred from August 31st now to December 31st, 2020. Now, if you're in forbearance, that is a separate item. Also, too, if you're in a FHFA mortgage or non-Fannie and Freddie mortgage, that is also separate as well. And again, get with your lender or service provider as to where you stand if you're concerned about foreclosure, eviction, and forbearance. And then lastly, for those in a rental situation, this does not apply as well because that is more of a local state issue. And the governor right now directives looks to still have on track that evictions for rental properties will begin lifting on September 1. So again, highly encourage you to go to the different sites. You can go to FHFA.gov, which is the national site for the Federal Housing Finance Agency. They've got a press release news section there about this particular article. We're going to put it in a post. We're going to link to the article that we're citing today about the change to the eviction and foreclosure moratorium for Fannie and Freddie mortgages. And then also too, just as a catch up as well, we'll also put an easy link in for the Nevada Health Response website, which is nvhealthresponse.nv.gov. So you have links to the resources, which are the latest and greatest. So that's it. Kind of a short edition. That's why we like to kind of call it the espresso edition of Coffee with Cramer and Colleen. If you have questions about what's going on with your home with regards to mortgages, we've had lots of conversations and meetings with people. We can certainly do this, in a COVID safe situation. We can also do this visually over Zoom or FaceTime, things of that nature, or a WebEx, where we can all meet and discuss what's going on, what questions you have, because there's always different strategies going on. There's not a one-size-fits-all option here, and unlike what was going on in 2008. It just all came tumbling down, and boom, there it goes. these things are being staggered out. They're being worked on to keep people in their homes, and also too, while we are also dealing with trying to mitigate the effects from the coronavirus on the health system as well as our economy. So that's it for today's Espresso edition. If you have any comments or like what you got, definitely hit the like button. Put some comments down below. Love to hear from you. So thanks for tuning in to today's Espresso edition of Coffee with Cramer and Colleen. I'm Don Cramer with the Cramer Group, where more now than ever your real estate experience matters. So give us a call if we can help you with buying, selling, or investing in real estate. Till next time, have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.